And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our third series of the broadcast. We just wrapped up with the round of 32. Now we wrapped up with round 16, and now we are here with the very first quarterfinals match of the tournament. We've been speeding through the bracket. We knew what we wanted, and we have made it. We are here. And spawning in the top, bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the American Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss. It is Astrea. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our best of 3 quarterfinals match. Winner of this series will advance on to the semi-finals. Here we go. And again, I feel like this is going to be a close one, a clutch one. We have seen Astrea take down many a Korean Terran player in recent times. I would go as far as to say that Astrea, his strongest matchup currently is PvT. Has been looking very strong, very in form. But at the same time, the meta in PvT has been a little bit in flux when it comes to aggressive builds and all-ins. So we'll see if ByuN is one to embrace that. So far, double gas opener out of ByuN with this faster factory. With this, we could go into Reactor Reaper Hellion, we can go into early Cyclone production, we can go into an earlier add-on swap. Our eyes are on ByuN as he is going to be going a little bit more tech heavy to begin with. Astrea confirms. Astrea does scout both gases, he does pull away. He's now aware, of course, that we have something that's a little bit more tech heavy and more of a later expansion. Back at home, standard opener out of Astrea. Gate expand into Cybercore. Oh, wait, sorry. Gate cyber expand. Gate cyber expand, standard opener out of our Protoss. The pylon is throwing down behind the mineral line, so we're going to be hiding the tech a little bit further back. Curious, we'll see if it's just a standard Twilight Council or if we are indeed hiding something a little bit more sinister here from Astrea. Curious. We shall see. Probe does hide from the Reaper moves out, the probe does dip back in for a rescout. And Astrea, he does confirm no add-on on the racks. No add-on, looks to delay the CC. Reaper does slip into the main. Shield battery's only halfway done. Only halfway. Good control, but one probe is going to go down. Getting one, getting two. Yeah, 2 probes do fall. And Astrea is moving out across the map. That's why there's nothing home to defend. The shield battery does finish up, but last that is still 2 workers going down. Astrea is to delay the CC, but the CC is on the high ground. Yeah, high ground CC. Oh.
When and you try to kill your probes.
Yo, shout out to Wyra. Behind this, it is going to be add-ons on the way. So we have the Reaper, Hellion into Reactor, into Tech Lab on that factory. But again, a good eye for ByuN to go for the CC on the high ground instead. Getting a 3rd probe kill. And in the end, I want to say that ByuN is in a better position here. The Adept Aggression wasn't worth it. Remember, Astrea, he lost probes in the process to get across the map. But he has hidden his tech. And Astrea, we spoke about the pylon placement and how quirky it was. And we see he was hiding his tech. He's hiding the Stargate. So Stargate is hidden here for Astrea. Checking the vision of ByuN, he did not confirm. Again, Stargate openers are more out of the norm nowadays. They're out of meta for good reason. They can be quite difficult to get away with. You can punish, you can all in against Stargate openers, but Astrea does open Oracle. And ByuN goes for the dive. Oh, never mind. Is denied. Reaper goes down. Astrea, he will deny the scout. ByuN still has no idea. Behind this is going for a Widowmine drop. Sorry, he's going for a Cyclone drop. So Tech Lab on the factory into Cyclone drop. This can lead into an add-on swap into Banshee play, but no, going for tank production instead. No add-on swap. This ByuN does move out. There's a lot of micro potential with this Cyclone. A lot of micro potential. As the drop is spotted. Adept is going to go down. Nice pickup. Every unit counts this early on. No shield battery at the natural. Probe gets caught. 3rd base is delayed. And so far, ByuN doing quite a lot. Yeah, he does spot the Phoenix. ByuN knows, he's aware. He just pulls the hell away. Does avoid the Phoenix. And ByuN backs off. And again, so far, ByuN doing a great, just a good amount of damage. tank into now a second Cyclone. He knows that he doesn't really need tanks. Typically against a Blink-based opener, you want a second, maybe even a third tank, but against a Stargates, I mean, tanks are unnecessary, so going into more Cyclones to defend. So more Cyclones on the way. ByuN poking, sorry, Astrea poking in. Yeah, so avoid those Cyclones. Have to avoid, and will pull away. Oh good, never mind, double Cyclone shuts out the Oracle immediately. Yeah, rough loss there for Astrea. We spoke earlier how Stargate openers do leave you vulnerable. I mean, because of this, Blink is going to be late, upgrade is going to be delayed. Not necessarily because of the Stargate, but the third base is also late as well this game. So there's a lot going ByuN's way. ByuN does get across the map. Astrea, he barely does miss the drop. Ooh, and there's not much room to defend. At the same time, Astrea poking in, but there is a tank on the high ground. Oh, Stalker's getting caught out. Brutal pickoffs here. There's no blink, and these Stalkers are going to go down. Oh, does not get the Cyclone. Nice micro there from ByuN. Saves the Cyclone, does pull away. Oh, Stasis Trap does go off on the weakened Cyclone. Astrea just buying time to race back home. He will finally clean this up. These Cyclones, they pay for themselves. They've already paid for themselves. Already has been worth it. You know what, ByuN is building up towards a potential +1 timing. Now moving out. Does move out. +1 is going to finish up in the middle of the fight. Likewise, Stim is almost done as well. There's a very strong timing here out of ByuN. Astrea, he has to slow this down. So whatever he can to slow this down. There's only so much he can do. Stalker gets picked up. Phoenix as well. Too many losses too quickly. And there's nothing to save the space. Yeah, the shield bag is not done. Pylon goes down. Boys being pulled away. Astrea cannot save the expansion. He will lose everything. 15, 16 probe kills. And he can just keep going. Yeah, he can just stim and win. Storm is not complete either. Everything is just too late. And with that, ByuN will overwhelm. He will overwhelm the bases, overwhelm the economy. GG gets called, and ByuN will take game number 1. Whew. GG. A solid game there out of ByuN, and a really rough start for Astrea. We spoke about it, but the Stargate opener just wasn't really worth it. Going for the Oracle, going for the Phoenix. Phoenix went down, Oracle went down. What value did they really give Astrea? There was no value. They didn't really get any damage done across the map. They didn't deter any drop play. They didn't deny any drops or any kind of aggression. In the end, Astrea just fell behind tech-wise. Later Blink, later upgrades, later third base. Everything was just delayed. And that is one of the risks that you do take at times when you do open Stargate like that. It is quite risky. There's a lot of pressure to get damage done and get value with your units. And in the end, GG. In the end, GG well played. With that, ByuN does take a lead, and we'll see how we open up coming into game 2. When it comes to openers in TvP that are viable, of course, we have Stargate openers, there are Robo openers, there are Twilight Council openers as well. There are different variations of each kind, so we'll see what Astrea does dip into this time. I don't expect to see a Stargate again. No shot. I don't expect to see another Stargate opener, but we'll keep an eye on our players here as we get into game 2. As we jump into that second game. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of ley lines, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the American Protoss player. We have the red Protoss down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and force the ace match. It is Astrea. Let's go. We are opening up, and welcome to Ley Lines. Ley Lines, I would say, is one of the more standard maps in the map pool. I would not be opposed to Stargate play on Ley Lines, to be honest, but after game 1, now I'm less inclined to want to see the same opener 2 games in a row. We should be seeing something different here, as Ley Lines is one of the more, again, standard maps out there. It's not as small as Pylon, not as small as Ultra Love, not as large as Tokamak, right down the middle. as once again, double gas. Double gas open out of ByuN. Last game, this led into earlier cyclones, into earlier cyclone aggression, into that drop, of course. This could lead into the same thing, can lead into a more committed build into Reaper Hellion, into earlier tank. We'll see where ByuN takes us. Meanwhile, we have a gate expand out of Astrea. Okay, Astrea cutting some corners here. That's an expansion before the Cyber Core. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. So you're not going to be settling in. I see Nerfire in the chat. Pay. If you're referring to payouts for the predictions are for the series. They're not for the game. They're for the entire series. The entire best of. As there's going to be a Twilight Council opener out of Astrea. Likewise, we did mention with the double gas, faster factory. Faster factory on the way. And Reaper has arrived. This time the Adept is at home. And this time the Reaper will not kill any probes. Remember, last game it was 3 probes going down at the start of the game. It was crazy damage. This time, 0. So this time a much stronger start for Astrea. Likewise into Twilight Council, into Blink. Meanwhile, ByuN across the map, what are we going for? Reaper, Hellion, into Reactor, into Tech Lab. This is the exact same. Oh, never mind. Almost the same. No Tech Lab. Widow Mine drop. Okay, we're mixing it up. Meanwhile, nice catch here on the Adept. Adept does overextend, is hunted down. But again, we have a mine drop follow-up this time from ByuN. And this is designed to scout. Designed to get into the bases and to get a read what's going on. Meanwhile, Reapers, they make their way into the main. Speaking of scouting, boys being evacuated from the natural here, as the Reapers are going to be targeted. Hellion does hit the natural base. Alas, Astrea, he has limited units to work with. The Reapers are cleaned up, but that's still going to be 5 probe kills. Ay, ay, ay. 5 workers still go down, despite the evacuation. Hellion does fall. But this is a shaky early game once again here from Astrea. It's a bit shaky. Wouldn't mind Zed welding across the map. Setting up on the ramp. Medevac is on the way. Medevac is on the way for the drop. We have 2 more gates behind this, so it looks like a 3-gate blink out of Astrea. Very safe build. Going for the robo as well before expanding. ByuN does get in. Unloads the mines. Astrea, he should react in time. Does pull. Does pull away. Does it with the widow mines and will shut down the medevac. Ooh, nice defense here by Astrea. Does shut this down. He does claim his 3rd. So far, so good. Meanwhile, the aggression is continuing. ByuN moving out with this Raven. So we do have some auto tower harass. Likewise, back at home, building up towards Stim, getting his own Raxes up and running. And once again, it looks like ByuN is going to be planning to go for another move out, like we saw previously. Not an all-in, but a move out on 2 bases. Astrea, he's here to slow this down, or to deny. Oh god, as he does wing in. Jesus. Has to be careful. There's only 1 tank so far, no bunker, but there's soon to be a 2nd tank in the main. Currently, ByuN is exposed. Astrea going for the dive. Bold move, does take down the tank. Tank does fall. Astrea will bleed out 2 stalkers. Yeah, bleeds out 2 so far. Does kite back. He kites well. Again, ByuN did cut corners, no bunker. 3rd stalker goes down. But now there's no tank in the main. There's no tank in the main, and he can go for Stim. Stim is tempting. Stim is so tempting right now. Goes to the mineral line instead. SMV's going to be falling. Nice control, but alas, he bleeds out 2 more stalkers. And 2 more Stalkers go down at the same time. Auto shot harass across the map. 6 probes. 7. 7 workers go down. That is brutal damage. So on the one hand, yes, Astrea is doing damage, but at the same time also sustaining losses as well. And Stim will finish. Yeah, Stim will complete. Another tank has arrived, and the main base is secure. And ByuN will hold. Yeah, he does hold on. We have had a back and forth trade. But I'm still worried about that move out. As ByuN just waiting for his upgrades. Meanwhile, Astrea, he wants that tank again. Still no bunker. 2 volleys go off. Stim is outdone. Astrea has to respect it. He has to get the hell out of here. Has to pull away. Oof, does pull away. Nice control. So far picks up a couple of extra Marines. As we have another 4 probe kills here at the natural. Probe still going down. The Raven's still alive. It's got 11 kills. ByuN does move out. He gets missed. He does miss it. Astrea does miss the move out. He's trying to catch him. There's the recall. He knows he did miss the army. Storm is finishing up. Storm is on the way. Just outdone. Oh. Maybe we're flanking Storm coming in from behind. Nice dive and nice cleanup. Astrea, he will shut down the army. Whew. Very nice engage. Okay. Meanwhile, second army towards the left. Astrea, he does come across the army. Last no Storm though. Yeah, and this is a shaky trade here from Astrea. Likewise, double drop into that natural. Going for the Templar Archives. Astrea, he does miss the drop. Templar Archives is going to go down. Brutal pickup. Astrea, he's racing back home. Does finally get the Raven. But this is brutal. Has to rebuild the Templar Archives. He is at least getting a 4th base. He's getting a 4th. ByuN claiming his 3rd. From here, ByuN does have a lead. Like, ByuN, he does have the better economy. He's got the larger army. But there are 4 High Templar. There's still potential. If the Storms land well, then Astrea can still take a fight. But you can see the pre-split here by ByuN. He's already pre-spread. Speaking of, first Storm lands. Takes down the High Templar. At the same time, Astrea going for a Storm drop into the mineral line. And does get a couple of SCVs. 3 SCVs go down. Alas, we're still missing 1 more Storm. Speaking of, oh, he wants it. Does come back in. Oh, and it's going to cost him the army. Yeah, the Prism goes down. He gets 9 SCVs. That's okay damage. The Archon will get a volley off as well. Oh, no, never mind. The Archon does fall. And again, this is still just a really rough hold for Astrea. The Storm's the only thing keeping him in this. He does have Storms. Does have them. He's hanging on. Getting his 4th up and running. But EMPs have arrived. Oof. Nice snipe on the High Templar. We're down to 2 High Templar left. Down to 1 Storm, at least currently. EMP doesn't quite land. Ooh, good Storm. Good Storm, but he needs more. He needs more than just 1 Storm, papi. Okay, now's another. Another Storm is available. Astrea still hanging on. ByuN behind this, he pulls away. And pulls away. Astrea does have a little bit of breathing room. Astrea, you can see, he's setting up for a run by, if not even a surround. Does move out. I mean, he does see where the army is. He does also notice how vulnerable the 3rd base is as well. But ByuN is close by. Yeah, he's near enough. We'll zone away those zealots. Now, at least he forces the entire army back home. Now Astrea can move in. And behind this, the base on the way. If given time, Colossus are coming. Getting to Colossus. Oh, a bit of a misclick there. That second base is meant to be a second robo. Meant to be a second facility. So hopefully Astrea notices in time. Because he's got 2 bays on the way. Zell orbit into the natural. 9 SCVs, not bad. Gets a couple of workers. Slips into the main, once again distracting ByuN, at least trying to. Yeah, it's currently Astrea. He's just trying to buy time. Buying time for his Colossus. Oh. And I think he did notice. No, he noticed a little bit too late. So the second bay did finish. Now we have the second robo on the way. Colossus are going to be delayed. But because of all the Zealot run-bys, because of the drop play, ByuN's at home. Like, ByuN's not pushing. So ByuN, he's giving Astrea time to recover. Like, momentum is still on ByuN's side, but not as much as it once was. So again, these Zealots are just buying time. They're just buying time here. Ooh, let's have service get caught out. Cashing out 8 SCVs. Even more SCVs here at the natural. ByuN, a bit of a later reaction to this. Likewise, Astrea diving on the 4th. Can he get a kill? A couple more volleys. It's going to be close. Storm's coming in. Not quite. Goes to the feedback. Base goes down. Nicely done. No more storms though. Oh no! And the High Templar, they got it behind. Losing what, 3, 4 High Templar, the Immortals as well. Did get the expansion, but at a cost. At a brutal cost. That's a lot of units have fallen. And ByuN is maxed. ByuN is maxed out. He has a terrifying army. He's pushing into 2 High Templar and 2 Colossus. MP goes up. Vikings, they bully back the Colossus. Yeah, there's no saving it. Colossus goes down instantly. We have some flanking storms. Storms are decent. The storms are good, but there are only 2 storms. Yeah, only 2. From here, we can stim. We can win. ByuN, he will overwhelm. He will Zobel out control. Takes down the Colossus. Takes down the Gateway army as well. And Astrea just has nothing left. Nothing left. Nothing here. And GG gets called. ByuN, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. GG, well played ByuN. He will claim the series. Astrea, he had some good moments here in game number 2, but was a little bit rough around the edges there. Again, a really rough game 1 with a Stargate opener. Like, Astrea was just bullied in game 1. Game 2 was more of a back and forth. There were some better moments for Astrea when it came to the Zealot run-bys and counterattacks, when it came to the storms, when it came to the initial tank pickoffs as well. There were some nice moments there, but overall, ByuN was still just pulling Astrea apart, doing brutal economic damage early on. And with that, GG. With that, GG, well played. Oh. With that, GG, well played. With that, we are now getting into our next series. Oh my god. We're getting into our next quarterfinals match. It is a fresh best of 3. Of course, ByuN is now waiting in the next round, waiting in the semifinals for his next opponent, and we are here to determine who that is going to be here.